Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, old Cappy here, and we got a lot of work to do today on Asshole Consulting, so if you have a question, as always, so I have a better question is this. Do you want your problem fucking solved or not? If you want it solved, go to assholeconsulting.com, send me your problem for a small fee, and a small amount of time, we'll be able to fix it for you, because we specialize in truth, not kissing your ass. So we got a request, two actually, we'll separate the videos. I have a request for 2 videos this time, nothing urgent, blah, blah, blah. 1, the world without liberal arts and social studies majors. In quite a few of your videos, you state how useless liberal arts majors are. My question is this: wouldn't our world be so much more boring if everyone was an accountant, engineer, doctor, lawyer, or a scientist? Philosophy, psychology, movies, theater, and social studies about human behavior are fascinating areas, and they are the ones that distinguish us from other animals and make this life more than just eating, drinking, paying bills, and sleeping. You forgot fornicating. I can hear how you say in response, well, these can be hobbies, and you don't have to spend 4 years in college and tons of money and government resources on that. Wouldn't you say the problem is not with those very interesting areas of work/study, but with the fact that our society appreciates some fields too much while underappreciating others? While our gangsta rap artists and Kardashians make millions and millions, lots of great writers, thinkers, painters, and violin players struggle to make ends meet and get discovered. Just want to get your thoughts on this. That is a really good question, very interesting. Here's the thing, to lay down one of these premises. It is not up to you and me to decide what is popular. All right, that's freedom. Society can determine that the worthless vermin, rapster, gangster, Kardashian, People magazine, Inquirer scum are popular. And sadly, I mean, if you're on this network, you probably have an IQ that's a little bit to the right of the mean. And so you got to realize that, you know, while we may prefer Victor Borge or the music of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, today, the sheeple like shit. The Sheeple Like Shit by Aaron Clary. Anyway, so it's not us to decide. But yes, you are your original question, or the preceding question, is absolutely right. You know, we can't just have all lawyers, doctors, engineers, and all that, because it would be very boring. We need the arts. The problem is that too many worthless, talentless hacks go into the arts, whereas very few can actually become successful artists. And so we have a flood or a glut of actual arts. And as you said before, you don't need to go to college. You really don't. If you have skill, for example, the great Matt Baldoni, one of the most talented, well, not musician, I think the most talented guitar player I personally know. He went to school, he just played guitar. I mean, it helped him to learn and read music, but he put his effort into it. Artists, the true artists I know are the ones who spent the time actually practicing and putting the true authors I know write. I don't know any authors who majored in English. I really don't. I know interesting people who wrote books, is what boiled down to, and they did a lot of practicing and writing and hammering and suffered and toiled. The real musicians I know did not go and major in music, but if they did, it really didn't serve much of a great purpose. The reason they're great musicians is because they went and practiced their art. And so it's not an issue of putting emphasis on education. The education is still rendered moot and pointless and a ripoff from. If people are going to become these artisans of society, they will have those skills and trade. Now, unfortunately, you are correct. Society's taste is frankly shit, but that's our personal opinion, and people will rise in the free market to get that. But it's not, we don't need to put any more effort and focus on it. One, because the demand is not there. You have a lot of unemployed artists and musicians and philosophers and all that, because everyone wants gangster rap and the Kardashians, as you said. But then 2, you have a lot of people who are just lazy and don't want to do math and think, I'm going to become a philosopher, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be a psychologist, and then they flood what is already a market that is not in demand. So it really isn't a question, or what would we say, moral question, or or why not, or should we? Oh, of course, we will put the effort, we'll put the focus and the effort and have the demand for true artists. But two things, three things. One, you and I ain't going to determine it. It's what society determines. Two, we're flooded with way more people in wannabes. The arts are flooded with wannabes. And three, you don't need to go to college for those things. So yes, the world would be very boring if we didn't have true artists and directors and film and all that. We do need those people. It's really a question of whether they got to go to school for 4 to 8 years to do that, which they just plain fucking don't. So don't worry, it's not going to be, the world's never, math is too tough and people are too fucking lazy that we have to worry about the case where it's nothing but a world of doctors and engineers. Everyone thinks, well, if everyone, not that you're asking this question, but I always get them. If everyone majored in petroleum engineering, then the world is gonna. I'm like, yeah, but we can rely on assholes like you not to major in petroleum engineering, because for every guy who's a petroleum engineering major, there's like 100 worthless lazy fucks. Everyone said, if everyone did what you did, Aaron, and didn't have kids, then the human race would end! I'm like, yeah, but the human race ain't gonna. Not everybody's gonna do what I'm gonna do. It's great. You get to live off of that. It's great. So yeah, don't worry. We're not gonna lose our arts. We're not gonna lose our talent. We're never gonna lose our artists. They may go underappreciated. They may go undiscovered. And that's an unfortunate consequence of us living today and not in the 40s and 50s when people had, more refined tastes. But yeah, no life is perfect. But if you want, go help out the arts. Go to art displays, go to art galleries, go to art showings, go, patronize the arts that you think are good. And you will definitely help some really starving artists out there. That is certain. Anyway, best of luck. Toodles.